It took over 2 years of planning, 150 participants, and it was one of Canada's largest breach simulation exercises. Run by Public Safety Canada last October, we received a copy of this report earlier, and I'd like to talk about what we learned and how it can apply to our own breach simulations. I'm Aaron Foyer, Chief Executive Optimist of Valencia Risk, and this is your last update for September. In October, we're going to be doing a series of special updates and providing you some downloadable content that can be used for Awareness Training Month. But today I want to talk about this breach simulation. Because it was huge, it was interesting to me to see whether the lessons that came out of that exercise could be applied to us. And I think they can. In fact, four key lessons, they're all interwoven, came out of that report. And the first one was how participants were taxed. They were tired and it was difficult for them to make effective decisions when they were experiencing a series of cascading injections and cyber incidents across both physical and logical infrastructure. We also found that those pitfalls extended all the way into how we collaborated. In fact, highly complicated. You need a holistic approach when you're dealing with both physical and cyber, but even in an IT incident, ensuring that people understand how to engage and how to communicate for collaboration is one of the key things that creates that long pause during a breach. Participants therefore struggled to effectively set their priorities and share information from one department or business unit to another. There were questions as to whether they had the legal rights or ability to share privileged data during a breach. These protocols should be established up front. And as a result, delays in making decisions create that long pause. So ultimately, a large exercise or a small exercise shows us that there's some common pressure points, and there's a few things that we could learn and take away from that ourselves. The first is that simulations are a form of training, but not the only form of training. Individual contributors need to be well trained on how to deal with breaches within their own domain and how those domains connect to other business units or technologies. Organizations need to have crystal clear clarity on what their roles are during a breach and with whom they need to engage. And that means third parties, from public safety to regulators to communications to insurance providers. Make sure that you know with whom you're going to engage during your breach. And the last comment I would make is testing. Breach simulations don't need to take 2 years to put together, especially in a small or mid-sized organization. They can and should be run like fire drills, and that means test, test, test. If you do these things, you're engaging in a fashion of learning that's going to allow your team to feel more confident and capable during a breach. This is Aaron Foyer. I hope everybody stays safe online and have a fantastic weekend.